Hey, Todd here, and today's episode is a little bit different. So, you're about to hear one of Megan's talks from Elopement Con, our virtual summit that wrapped up last week with over 900 photographers who had signed up. It was a huge success, and this specific presentation got incredible feedback. So, Megan's diving into her omnipresent marketing system, a strategy that helps photographers show up consistently across multiple platforms without having to hustle 24/7 or burn out on social media. And here's the thing, we've seen this strategy work over and over again. Not just for us, but for our most successful coaching clients too. One of the most common things they hear on sales calls with couples is things like, "We kept seeing your name everywhere. Pinterest, Instagram, Google, blogs." Couples inquire already trust them because they've seen them in multiple areas and multiple places multiple times. That's the power of omnipresence. All right, so let's get into it.
Welcome to Stoked, the podcast that helps adventure elopement photographers hit six figures and beyond in their businesses without hustling on social media. I'm your host, Megan MacPhail, a former burnt-out emergency veterinarian that quit my hard-earned career to become an elopement photographer. Now I'm living a life I absolutely love, full of travel, adventure, and financial abundance, and I am hell-bent on helping you do the same. Are you ready to start booking out your calendar with dream couples in breathtaking locations and feeling genuinely stoked about your elopement photography business, life, and bank account? Then let's dive into this week's episode. Hello. Today's a really important day because it's all about marketing, and marketing is something that a lot of people don't understand and don't utilize appropriately. A lot of people are talking more specifically about SEO and social media and Pinterest and stuff like that. So I'm going to be talking more generally on how to use all of these systems to be omnipresent, which means to be seen everywhere. So yeah, the biggest mistake I see photographers making is not taking marketing seriously. And marketing, like, a lot of people don't even really know what it is. And it's more than just posting on Instagram. It's everything you do to get seen, stay seen, and build trust so people actually book you. And most photographers struggle with marketing because they don't really have a system. They don't see the behind the scenes work that so many successful elopement photographers are doing. So they are chasing Instagram trends because that's what they see. That's all they know. And they are inconsistent or have no visibility. So they are relying on referrals, hope, luck, just like things that you don't have much control over, and like that I can't rely on those things if I want to make a real income, right? So I want you to know that you don't have a booking problem. You don't have a pricing problem. You have a visibility problem. So you have a marketing problem. If you are on the struggle bus as a photographer, it is likely because of your marketing. Simply put, if people don't know you exist, they can't hire you. And if you can't build trust with people once they find you exist, then you also aren't going to be successful. So omnipresent marketing is strategic visibility across multiple marketing platforms. So it's showing up where people are already looking and searching for photography and elopement inspiration, and it uses repurposing. So it's not like you wake up every day and instead of just worrying about posting on Instagram, you're now worried about posting on Google, Instagram, Pinterest, TikTok, and YouTube. I'm going to show you how this is actually going to make your life easier. So why do you need omnipresence as an elopement photographer? Your couples are researchers, first and foremost. Before they reach out to you, they are spending weeks, months, even years Googling things, going on Pinterest, scrolling, watching, comparing. They are doing their research, and they're looking for someone they can trust to guide them through the elopement process, not just to take good photos. And omnipresence means being a name that while they are doing all this research, they keep coming up and seeing your name and your work over and over again. So that equals trust and bookings. The psychology behind it is all about touch points. And you may have heard that like customers need 7 touch points before purchasing from you or something like that. And the same goes for photography. But this day and age, it might be something more like 20 touch points, not just 7. So most people don't book after just one interaction or just finding you the one time. It really takes 7 to 20 plus touch points before someone is going to fill out your contact form and inquire with you. So what are touch points? It's going to be seeing your pin, watching your reel or TikTok, reading your blog, visiting your website, seeing your Google ad, browsing your Instagram highlights, watching your stories, reading a graphic carousel, reading your reviews/testimonials, seeing your name again while searching, seeing another reel, seeing another blog, seeing another pin, seeing lots of pins, going back to your website, all that kind of stuff. So these are all touch points, and the more touch points you have with people, the more likely they are to inquire with you and book you. So imagine this couple's research process. So they are spending, again, weeks, months, years searching Pinterest, Google, TikTok, all this stuff. They start seeing familiar names. So let's say, there's 2 different photographers. Photographer A prioritizes posting on Instagram. They're worried about likes, comments, followers, finding trending audio, stuff like that. Their website really just talks about them and why they love elopements and why eloping is the best, and then like has their prices. So it doesn't really communicate their value. They're not really showing up in any search results when it comes to Google or Pinterest. And on Instagram, a lot of their posts are things that really kind of are for other photographers. Like maybe it's giving them a lot of likes or comments or views, but it's not really something that couples are interested in. So it's things like, I stay up all night editing and I photograph you in all these crazy positions and my back hurts and I forgot a lens cap and I lost an SD card and drunk groomsmen, ha ha ha, like stuff like that. And then photographer B shows up on Google, Pinterest, and TikTok. They just keep showing up no matter what this couple is searching for. They have bingeable client-focused Instagram content, which makes the client or the couple really excited to look through all their stuff and get to know them better on Instagram. They are regularly blogging about helpful elopement topics. They show up in all the search with SEO and ads, and they have a consistent branding and voice across all platforms. And you really get to know this person because they're given educational content. They got the blog posts, they got the face to camera reels, all that kind of stuff. And they're just everywhere. So who feels more trustworthy and who would you reach out to when it comes to booking your own elopement photographer? And that's the power of omnipresence. When you're everywhere, you build trust because you get all those touch points. So really what I want to talk about right now is a marketing system that relies on utilizing all of these different marketing platforms, not just Instagram, or not just TikTok. So I want you to see that all of these different platforms have a different role and are equally as important in your kind of omnipresent system. So there's really 2 different main roles that a marketing platform has. Either they're the best place to discover you, or they're the best place to nurture and form a connection. Google is a great place for people to discover you, to realize that you exist, and to increase your visibility. So that really comes down to organic SEO and ads. So those are great places for people to discover that you exist. Pinterest is another great place for people to discover you exist. And the cool thing about all these is that it drives people to your website. Instagram is not a good place for people to discover you exist. The way Instagram is set up is not really to work as a search engine anymore. It's really to keep your attention locked onto the app so that you are doom scrolling and that you are not exiting the app. And that way, Instagram is not good for discovery/outreach. Okay. But TikTok, its algorithm is more helpful for like people using it as a search engine. So you can get discovered on there. So discovery/outreach, if people are able to really find you on that platform. And so that's best with TikTok, Pinterest, and Google. And then the other purpose of a marketing platform is forming a connection with your couples and potential couples. Because again, especially for elopements, you can't hide behind your photography. You could be a great photographer, but people are really going to book you based on the connection that they feel they have with you and the trust that you've built with them. And so to be able to nurture and connect with people, the best places to do that are on Instagram or on TikTok and on your website. So Instagram does have a big purpose in your omnipresence and in your marketing strategy. It's just not in the way that most people are using it. So I want you to think of Instagram as like people are finding your Instagram through your website, and then you're nurturing those people on there. You're connecting with those potential clients on Instagram. So you're not doing it to be discovered. You're doing it for nurturing connection. So again, organic SEO is designed to drive people to your website. Google Ads are designed to drive people to your website. I haven't talked about YouTube much, but I will mention it in a little bit, but it's going to drive people to your website. Pinterest drives people to your website. TikTok kind of does both, where it drives people to your website and your Instagram. And then your website is driving people to your Instagram. So Instagram, again, is the app to nurture and connect with people. It's not the app for visibility and being discovered and people knowing that you exist. It's just not that platform anymore, where it's really used as a search engine, whereas all of these are search engines. Oh, and one other thing why I want to throw in YouTube in there, because it's super underutilized for photographers. And if people are searching for certain things on Google, because Google and YouTube are kind of in cahoots, then YouTube might show videos or shorts to people about your stuff. So we'll talk about that in a little bit. But driving all this stuff to your website means that your website needs to be your 24/7 salesperson, not just a portfolio, not just where you talk about, how great elopements are and then list your prices. It's really a conversion machine, and it should be used to basically communicate your value. Okay, this is confusing, right? Because you're like, oh no, I have to show up on all of these platforms. How do I go about this? And really, because Google is where you should get 70 to 80% of your inquiries, that Google needs to be your top priority. I want you to think of your content strategy instead of waking up every day and being like, what am I going to post on Instagram today? I want you to prioritize blogs. The blogs can be how to elope, best places to elope, this elopement, blah, blah, blah. Like, you can do tons of blogs, but that's going to be your priority, is writing blog posts every month. And then you're going to pin those blog posts. And then you're going to take those blog posts and you're going to repurpose them into IG, Instagram, and TikTok content. And then that content is going to automatically get repurposed onto YouTube. So this is actually going to make your life easier and more strategic. So here's an example of a monthly calendar. So you're going to prioritize, you're going to spend one day, like the first Monday of the month or something, and you're going to go to a coffee shop and you're going to write as many blog posts as you can. And that's pretty easy these days with ChatGPT, honestly. So no excuses. You can write 2 to 4 blog posts, SEO optimized. And then that's all you're going to do as far as blogs go, is just that day. However many you get done, that's what you get done for the month. And then you're going to spend another day pinning those blogs onto Pinterest. And that's going to be your Pinterest day. And you're only going to do Pinterest on that day. And then maybe there's 2 other days where you repurpose some of your really awesome blog stuff that you spent so much time on this great information. You're going to repurpose that to Instagram. Or if you want to be really cool, you could repurpose it onto TikTok and then take those TikToks and send them over to Instagram as reels. So you're going to repurpose the blogs that you already wrote and basically take out little sections of those blogs and turn them into reels or graphic carousels or a nice social media caption. You're going to batch it, and you're not going to care about the algorithm, because this is just meant to make your Instagram bingeable and fun and nurturing and creating a connection when clients find your Instagram through other sources. And then you are going to do some YouTube videos. And this is where things get a little weird. But I think YouTube is very underutilized, and it's also great for SEO. So what you can do is basically film a video where you go over the blog post that you created and kind of talk things out, or like go through the stories and photos of your elopement day, and then post that long form video at the end of that blog, and also make it searchable on YouTube. And like, you're going to show up in more places because Google also shows videos and stuff like that. So you're basically helping your SEO by creating these YouTube videos. And then people can find them on YouTube or just find them on your blog and basically see your face more and get to know you more. And then the other cool thing is that you can repurpose Reels automatically to YouTube as YouTube Shorts. And then you can also do them to TikTok, or you could do the reverse where you repurpose TikTok onto Instagram. It's really easy. You can just use repurpose.io, which is what I use to kind of repurpose my things into all different marketing channels. And I don't worry on perfection. I just try to get my stuff out to as many things as possible. So this is going to be a lot more straightforward than waking up every day wondering, like, what do I post? What trending audio do I use? What real trend do I go after? Like, that's not going to make you a successful business. So I want to then talk about why omnipresence works while you rest, because this sounds like work when really it's only a few days of work a month. And then this effort compounds over time. So you're building all this momentum with evergreen and bingeable content. So evergreen content lasts forever and can be searched forever. So that's like Google and Pinterest and stuff, and even TikTok. This is stuff that people, when they are searching on search engines, like, they can find your content forever. And then your Instagram becomes bingeable, where you're no longer worried about posting every day, as long as somebody can go to your Instagram and binge everything and kind of form a connection with you and trust through that. And then your website is working behind the scenes to convert couples and get them to inquire with you. And you're no longer dependent on the algorithm or your energy to get inquiries and bookings. And that is huge, because I want you to be able to go on vacation, get sick, have a sick kid or dog, rest, all of these things, and like not have your business go to crap because you can't post on Instagram for a week or something like that. And really what this all creates as well is something where, like, if you wanted to stop marketing for months, you could do that. You could spend months not marketing and not even posting on Instagram, and still have a system that is bringing people into you because they are finding you through Google, through Pinterest, through TikTok, through YouTube. They're being nurtured on Instagram and through your website, and you are building trust with them. Thanks so much for joining us on this week's episode of Stoked. If you enjoyed the show and you'd like to help support the podcast, please subscribe, leave a review, and tell a friend. If you're looking for more inspiring elopement photography content, check us out on Instagram at Megan MacPhail. And if you'd like to hear more about my business coaching and how I can personally help you hit six figures as an elopement photographer, then check out my website at www.meganmacphail.com.